Start recording emergency video. Xiaomi starts recording. It is about to enter the parking surveillance mode.
Every time I think Xiaomi's subsidiary 70Mai cannot surprise us with anything, they bounce back. This is the 70Mai Lite with a GPS module with outstanding video quality and real-time speed and location info. Let's inspect. Welcome to the Tech4All YouTube channel, indeed, the place where we inspect cool tech. It's Michael speaking, and I've been using this dash camera for the last month, and while it is quite budget slimlined, it shows muscles where needed. I'll start with the price this time, because most likely this is going to be the decisive factor for buying a dash camera or not. There are two variations, with or without the GPS module. The standard package costs between $40 and $45. You can check the description of the video for the best possible price and link to get it. And there's the option to purchase it with a GPS module, which for this device is disguised as the mount. Yes, you use it instead of the original mount, which is a great idea. Few words about 70Mai. They still are rather a small company, although the volume of dashcams sold in the past couple of years is quite significant. And I've thoroughly tested for you their most popular devices released so far. Looking at the Lite, it keeps the form factor of the previous devices and looks similar to the 70Mai Pro, with the difference of this golden paintwork. And later on, during the video, you might agree with me that it's more fair to label it as a normal version rather than just a Lite product. Let's say a few words about the technical specs. On the outside visible are the ports for connectivity, and of course the 2-inch display, port for microSD, for microUSB, and the mount, which could be just plastic or the GPS module. You may be curious about the specs on the inside. There's a processor by Mstar, similar to the one used by the Model 1S, which is quite similar, however without a display. Image sensor is Sony Starvis, and we can notice a slightly upgraded optics compared to the 1S model, with slightly faster 130-degree lens, which results into better low-light footage, meaning better night quality. There's a built-in 500 mAh battery to maintain the recording in case of an accident and sudden power loss, and also we can highlight two major disadvantages. No H.265 compression support, which for dash cameras is quite useful because it can allow you to save more hours of footage on the same size SD card compared to the more popular H.264 compression. And also, perhaps the use of a battery instead of a supercapacitor will hinder the popularity because of the concern of issues in areas with hot climate and high temperatures. Although, according to 70Mai, the temperature tolerance is quite big. Of course, none of these makes this dash camera bad. In fact, I can only say otherwise. The installation procedure is very simple, as easy as the one on the other 70Mai models, and is once again done with adhesive tape. And again, you may use the provided screen folio so that it is much easier to remove it from the windshield without using extra tools. Very simple and at the same time very thoughtful solution. There we go, find a good spot so that the dashcam won't disturb you while you're driving, remove the adhesive cover and place the dashcam. Done! The only thing left is to connect the camera to the car's cigar lighter connector. You may use existing infrastructure in case you already have such, as long as it provides 2 amps at 5 volts. Hot wiring is also supported, although not included in the package, and can help for getting more reliable parking mode, although here we should note the third major disadvantage. The parking mode is triggered by the gravity sensor, meaning that it will start recording as a result of a shake. You may not have the moment of the actual crash or hit, but only the part a few seconds after it. The better way would be to have motion detection, however this is not available with this dashcam, not even with the 70Mai Pro if you wonder about it. And since we covered both the hardware specs and the installation, while looking at some more footage, we may also say a few words about the camera navigation. You've already noticed the 4 buttons, which are excellent way so that you can quickly configure or call specific functions, like the emergency recording or a photo, or enabling Wi-Fi. In fact, besides enabling wide dynamic range, you don't have many controls about the picture, so you either like it as it is or you don't. You may adjust the video length, the G-sensor sensitivity, and enable or disable parking mode, and that's pretty much it. There also is a smartphone app, and the 70Mai app is one of the very few dashcam apps which are good looking and functional, and doesn't crash. You can configure the dashcam entirely from here and also copy some of the files, although the connection is on 2.4 GHz Wi-Fi, meaning that the transfer speed is not great, around 2 MB per second if you're lucky. As for the footage, you should already have impressions. With only 130 degrees field of view, some people may say it is not wide enough, but on the other side distortions are not so annoying. Everything is very sharp, looks very detailed. In fact, I very much like the amount of details and thought that it is unusually a lot, and the video file bitrate actually confirms that, around 15 or 16 even megabit, which is about 30% more than what usually dashcams deliver in Full HD. Like every other 70Mai dashcam using this CPU, they seem to use a modified compression protocol which doesn't come along well with my editing software, so I had to re-encode them. And what you're watching on YouTube has been going through 3 layers of compression, and there is some minor quality degradation. If you need some raw files, just ask in the comments and I'm gonna send you one. The GPS data is recorded straight on the video file, no way to configure it to change the font or make it smaller, and having a GPS module, at least in my opinion, makes the 70Mai Lite a really exciting and discreet dashcam option. It is one of the most affordable dashcams that come from a manufacturer you can actually trust, and on top of that, the already mentioned GPS module is the same as for the 70Mai Pro, so if you already have one, use it. As a last thing to speak about, something I've checked and believe 70Mai should not do. This marking on the box about the IF Design Award. It has actually been given to the Pro model. And looks like from the Chinese company they felt comfortable using it for the Lite edition as well, because they share the same housing, but still, it is the Pro only that stays on the IF official page, so it is a little misleading to keep it on the Lite box. Wouldn't steal from the glory of the model and would be nice to at least mention about it in the user guide. And here we are, it's time to wrap up. $50 full of good features and almost exceptional video quality at that price range. Smart, easy to use and well designed. If you liked it, make sure to support me by purchasing it using the links posted in the description below. And you can get a discount in addition to that. Kind of a win-win, just like subscribing to the channel would be, especially if you enjoyed that video. Give me a like if all that was useful, and I'll make sure to be back with more helpful reviews soon enough. Cheers!